character means so much to me. It's a character that radiates, for me, identity and strength, charisma, and class. And I really want to do my best to serve this character and honor this character.
This album, you made a short film that starred this man. Are there any cons to working with your partner?
Any cons? I think the only con is that I couldn't just take him down anywhere I wanted.
You know what I'm saying? I think it was happening so much to him because after the first one, I think his mind got caught up in all the extra stuff. But I'm like, Russ, stop acting like you've never shot that.
The night everything exploded, nobody saw it coming, not the fans, not the insiders, and definitely not the people who thought this relationship would end quietly behind closed doors. One moment, Teyana Taylor and Pierre looked locked in, smiling through flashing cameras and whispering through red carpet chaos, and the next, whispers of threats, secret messages, and career-ending exposure started tearing through social media like wildfire. Sources close to the situation claimed the breakup didn't just happen, it detonated. Phones were allegedly ringing non-stop. Private group chats lit up. And then came the message that insiders say changed everything. A message so cold, so calculated, that even longtime friends reportedly froze when they read it. The alleged words? Not apologies. Not heartbreak. But pressure. Pressure tied to secrets nobody expected to be dragged into the spotlight. Within hours, timelines were flooded with cryptic posts. Screenshots began circulating in private circles, not confirmed publicly, but whispered about
Pierre, that's Mufasa. Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. What? Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. Yeah, Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. Yeah, Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. Get it, Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. Go, Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. Say it again. Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa.
Like forbidden evidence. Fans noticed something chilling. Teyana Taylor went unusually silent, while Pierre vanished from public view almost overnight. No statements. No polished PR response. Just silence, the kind that makes rumors grow louder. And just when the chaos couldn't get messier, another name crashed back into the story, Iman Shumpert. Suddenly, old tensions, past heartbreaks, and unresolved drama were dragged straight back into the fire. Insiders began whispering that this wasn't just about a breakup anymore. This had turned into leverage, reputation warfare, and a battle over secrets that could shake careers if they ever saw daylight. Because behind the glam, behind the headlines, and behind those carefully curated smiles, something explosive was allegedly brewing. And if the rumored recordings and hidden messages are real, this situation isn't just messy, it's dangerously close to becoming the kind of scandal nobody walks away from untouched. The moment the breakup went cold, insiders say the silence didn't feel peaceful, it felt calculated. Friends who had once seen Teyana Taylor laughing beside Pierre suddenly noticed something shift behind the scenes. Calls that used to be returned instantly started going unanswered. Messages were reportedly left on read. And then came the rumor that turned a private breakup into public warfare, whispers that someone was holding on to information powerful enough to flip the entire narrative overnight. According to alleged insider chatter, the tension didn't explode in public first, it detonated in private text threads. One source claimed that after Pierre walked away from the relationship, the tone between them changed instantly. Not sadness. Not begging. Pressure. The kind of pressure that makes people nervous about what might surface next. Word spread through industry circles that a heated late-night exchange had taken place.
First childhood crush was Ashanti, and my second childhood crush was Foxy Brown.
You did say Foxy Brown once. I remember being like, wow, that's eye-opening.
And while nobody has publicly confirmed the messages, insiders insisted the conversation wasn't emotional, it was strategic. Then came the first twist that sent fans into meltdown mode. A blurry screenshot allegedly began circulating through private group chats. Not posted publicly, just whispered about like forbidden evidence. The message, according to multiple sources, hinted at unfinished business and warned that certain details didn't need to stay hidden forever. Nobody could verify it. Nobody could prove it.
Begging y'all to let me get my back blown out in peace. All right, bye.
But the language reportedly felt sharp enough to make even seasoned insiders uneasy. Within hours, social media picked up on the tension without even seeing the alleged messages. Fans noticed that Teyana Taylor stopped posting entirely, a sudden blackout that instantly sparked suspicion. Meanwhile, Pierre quietly disappeared from public timelines, avoiding appearances and skipping events he was rumored to attend. That silence created the perfect storm. Because in celebrity culture, silence doesn't calm rumors, it feeds them. Then came the second twist, the one that dragged the past straight into the present. Without warning, the name Iman Shumpert started trending again. Old clips resurfaced. Past interviews were reposted. Moments from their relationship, smiles, jokes, chemistry, suddenly looked different under the harsh glare of speculation. Fans began asking dangerous questions. Was he still connected behind the scenes? Had conversations happened that nobody knew about? Sources claim that somewhere in the middle of this chaos, a private phone call allegedly took place, one that insiders now say may have been secretly recorded. Nobody has released the audio publicly, but whispers about its contents spread like wildfire. According to those familiar with the alleged recording, the tone wasn't explosive shouting, it was colder than that. Controlled. Measured. The kind of voice that makes threats sound polite but terrifying at the same time. That's when the third twist hit, and this one came straight from social media chaos. A cryptic post reportedly appeared on a burner account that fans quickly connected to someone close to the situation. The message read like a warning, truth always finds daylight. 4 words. No names. No explanation. But the timing was too perfect to ignore. Within minutes, screenshots of the post were circulating across timelines, fan pages, and gossip threads, sparking theories that something bigger was about to surface. Meanwhile, insiders whispered that Pierre wasn't reacting emotionally, he was moving strategically. Sources claim he allegedly pulled back from shared spaces, tightened his inner circle, and began limiting who had access to his private life. Not dramatic. Not loud. Just careful. That kind of behavior didn't calm speculation, it intensified it. Because when someone moves quietly during chaos, people assume they know something others don't. At the same time, attention swung hard back toward Teyana Taylor. Fans began dissecting every past interview, every caption, every facial expression from months earlier. Old jokes suddenly sounded like warnings. Past statements were reinterpreted as hidden signals. Social media detectives zoomed into screenshots, claiming they spotted subtle clues that something had been wrong long before the breakup became public. And then, just when the tension seemed ready to cool, another alleged leak reignited the flames. This time, insiders claimed a voice note had surfaced within private circles. Not confirmed. Not released publicly. But described as emotional, intense, and filled with language that sounded less like heartbreak and more like frustration boiling over. The voice, according to rumors, reportedly spoke about loyalty, betrayal, and things that shouldn't be forgotten. That was the moment fans truly lost control online. Twitter timelines flooded with theories. Reaction videos exploded across platforms. Some fans defended Teyana Taylor, arguing that rumors were being exaggerated beyond recognition. Others sided with Pierre, claiming his silence spoke louder than any denial ever could. The internet divided into camps, each one convinced they understood the truth, even though nobody had real proof. But just when it seemed like the drama had reached its peak, insiders dropped the most shocking twist yet, one that threatened to drag this situation into full-blown reputation warfare. Rumors began spreading that a second recording existed. Not emotional. Not frustrated. But calm, calculated, and filled with statements that insiders described as career-shifting if they ever saw daylight. And according to whispers inside industry circles, that second recording wasn't just sitting in someone's phone, it was allegedly being held as leverage, waiting for the exact moment to surface, a moment that, insiders warn, might be much closer than anyone thinks. The moment whispers about that second recording started circulating, the entire situation shifted from messy breakup drama into something that insiders described as outright psychological warfare. People close to Aaron Pierre allegedly began warning him to move carefully, because once leverage enters a breakup, emotions stop being the main weapon, information becomes the real power. Sources claimed that sometime after midnight, another unexpected twist shook the inner circle. A private meeting was allegedly arranged, quiet, discreet, and far away from cameras. No red carpets. No public sightings. Just hushed voices and tense energy. According to rumors, the purpose wasn't reconciliation. It was containment. Insiders whispered that the goal was to prevent sensitive conversations from spilling into public view before irreversible damage was done. But before anything could be settled behind closed doors, social media erupted again, this time because of a single cryptic caption that fans instantly tied to Teyana Taylor. The post didn't mention names. It didn't explain anything. It simply read, "Some truths don't stay buried forever." Those 7 words detonated across timelines within minutes. Screenshots spread like wildfire, and suddenly everyone believed something massive was about to be revealed. That's when insiders claimed emotions inside the situation started boiling over. Rumors surfaced that Aaron Pierre had received warnings from trusted allies, not dramatic warnings, but calculated ones. Stay quiet. Stay calm. Don't react publicly. Because reacting would only add oxygen to the fire already burning across social platforms. Then came the moment nobody expected, the sudden reappearance of Iman Shumpert in the narrative. Not through a dramatic speech. Not through a press conference. But through whispers that he had allegedly spoken privately about the situation. According to circulating chatter, he wasn't yelling or blaming anyone. He was calm, measured, and disturbingly clear about one thing. Drama that starts online rarely ends online. Fans quickly dragged old clips of Iman Shumpert back into circulation, dissecting every past interview for hidden meanings. One resurfaced moment showed him speaking about loyalty and respect in relationships, words that suddenly sounded heavier in the middle of this chaos. Comment sections flooded with speculation. Some fans believed he was quietly supporting from the shadows. Others claimed he knew more than he was letting on. Meanwhile, alleged insider leaks described an emotional turning point that took place during a heated phone exchange. According to whispers, voices were raised, accusations were thrown, and the word betrayal reportedly echoed more than once. Not betrayal from strangers, betrayal from someone who once shared trust, space, and private conversations. The kind of betrayal that leaves scars long after the headlines fade. Then came another digital explosion, this time sparked by a supposed leaked draft message that insiders claimed had been written but never sent. The message, described by those who claimed to have seen it, reportedly contained language about broken promises, shattered loyalty, and consequences that would follow if boundaries were crossed again. Whether real or fabricated, the rumor alone pushed the internet into full meltdown mode. Suddenly, fan wars escalated into something uglier. Comment sections became battlegrounds. Supporters of Teyana Taylor argued that she was being painted as the villain without proof, while defenders of Aaron Pierre insisted his silence was the clearest signal that something serious had forced him to walk away. And just when it seemed like the noise couldn't get louder, insiders dropped the most chilling claim yet. They alleged that one of the rumored recordings didn't just contain frustration or threats, it reportedly contained a conversation about reputation, careers, and consequences. Not screaming. Not crying. Just cold logic about how quickly a public image can collapse when secrets hit the wrong audience. That revelation changed the tone completely. Suddenly, this wasn't about heartbreak anymore. It was about damage control. Insiders claimed both sides began tightening their circles, cutting off access to outsiders, and double-checking who had copies of old messages and recordings. Trust, once broken, became impossible to rebuild. Meanwhile, social media chaos reached peak levels when a fan account claimed to have seen proof, though nothing was ever verified publicly. That didn't stop the internet from reacting. Reaction videos flooded timelines. Livestream debates pulled in thousands of viewers. Influencers began offering theories as if they were facts, fueling even more confusion and suspicion. Then came the emotional collapse insiders had been whispering about for days. Rumors spread that someone inside the situation had finally reached a breaking point, overwhelmed by pressure, exhausted by speculation, and furious at the endless cycle of rumors spinning out of control. Allegedly, tears were shed. Voices cracked. And for the first time, the situation reportedly felt less like strategy and more like emotional survival. But just when people thought the storm might slow down, one final twist reignited everything. A shadowy rumor surfaced claiming that a third piece of evidence existed, something far more detailed than the earlier leaks. Not just voice notes. Not just messages. Something insiders described as a timeline of events that could completely reshape how the public understands this breakup. And according to whispers moving through industry circles, that timeline wasn't sitting idle. It was allegedly being reviewed, analyzed, and held back, waiting for the exact moment when releasing it would cause maximum impact. Not chaos for chaos' sake, but calculated timing designed to shift the balance of power. As the tension built and speculation spiraled, fans realized something terrifying: nobody involved had publicly denied the existence of these alleged materials. Silence hung over the situation like thick smoke, making every rumor feel heavier and every whisper feel more believable. And just when it seemed like the situation had reached its final breaking point, insiders dropped one last bombshell that left fans frozen mid-scroll. They claimed the rumored evidence wasn't just being held privately anymore, it was allegedly being prepared for release, packaged in a way that could explode across social media without warning, a digital detonation waiting for the perfect moment to shake reputations and rewrite the entire story in a single night. And now the biggest question hanging over all of this is simple: what really happened behind those closed doors, and who is actually holding the truth? Because if even half of these rumored messages, voice notes, and secret timelines are real, then this situation is far from over. In fact, insiders are hinting that the calm we're seeing right now might just be the quiet before the loudest storm yet. Think about it: silence from Teyana Taylor, silence from Pierre, and careful distance from Iman Shumpert. That kind of quiet doesn't happen when everything is normal. It happens when people are choosing their next moves very carefully, when every decision could either protect reputations or completely shatter them. And if those rumored recordings or hidden messages ever surface publicly, the fallout could spread across timelines faster than anyone can contain. That's why you need to stay locked into this story, because this is exactly the kind of situation that flips overnight without warning. One leaked clip, one unexpected post, one emotional reaction, and everything changes. Fans everywhere are already divided, theories are stacking, and speculation keeps growing louder by the hour. So now it's your turn to speak. Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. Whose side are you on, and what do you think is really being kept hidden? Do you believe the silence means control, or does it mean something explosive is still waiting to be revealed? Make sure you hit that like button before you leave, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the second this story takes its next shocking turn. Because if the whispers are true, the next update won't just be messy, it could be the moment that changes everything.